Well, I'm getting busy with some sweet honey, but that's definitely not you, Michael. You are my honey, but today we're not talking about that. Michael's going to teach us how to cook with a natural product of which nearly 1 million tons of it is produced worldwide every year. It's believed that it dates back as far as 20 million years ago. It's a food source that's very low in saturated fat, cholesterol and sodium. My honey, what is it?
Yeah, well, I mean, what we've got here is we've got some different kinds of honey, because wherever the bees happen to be, if they're near blue gum or near fynbos or near citrus blossoms, that's the sort of the concentration in the honey. And of course, the flavors are just amazing. The densities are different, the color is different, and honey is such a wonderful thing to use in cooking because it obviously adds great flavor.
Yes.
And then if you're using it as part of a basting sauce with meat, because of its high sugar content, it crisps up nicely, adds lots of flavor. It's a preservative in pickles and sauces. So what I tend to do when I look for honey is I choose a honey that's South African.
Oh, that's the same as me, yes.
Absolutely. And then I choose a honey that is badger friendly, because you know they have the beehives up on stilts to prevent the honey badgers from getting at them. And then I also be sure that it hasn't been irradiated in any way. So
irradiated? What does that mean?
Well, they irradiate things to prolong its life. Sometimes you'll find radurized on the label. So here we have some fairly simple honeys. This is what they call raw honey.
Raw honey, yes.
And that you can see it's sort of starting to crystallize a little bit. And there, they don't heat the comb up before they spin it to get the honey out. They don't heat it. So it just comes off naturally. And here you've got the sort of honey that you would buy in the supermarket in an ordinary jar, quite sort of delicately colored. Not much of an aroma, and just that lovely sweet honey flavour. And then here we've got a couple of the Pick and Pay finest honeys.
The fynbos and the citrus.
Yeah, that's citrus blossom, and this is fynbos. And these have just have a whiff of that. I mean, isn't that just the most wonderful aroma?
Smells
I can imagine
gorgeous.
putting that into a cake or into some kind of syrup.
I have a problem when I make honey or something with the honey. I can never get it off the spoon or take the right when I'm measuring. There's always something that gets stuck in there.
Okay, well, I think you've got a number of things you can do. You can either just give it a quick spray with spray and cook, dip it into hot water, or else dip it into some oil. And then it just comes off the spoon quite easily. But of course, you're always going to have a slight residue of
course. So you've just dipped your spoon into
the oil.
There we go.
And then it just slides off.
There, as easy as that. We've learned a new trick today.
There you go.
Now, Michael, I'm going to be cooking with you in just a little bit. What are we making?
We're going to be making some chicken legs and thighs with honey and chili. Oh. Great partners, honey and chili. That sort of sweetness with the sort of heat of the chili.
Well, honey, we are going to buzz over to Grant Hines, who's got the latest with the buzz. Over to you guys.
By supporting businessmen like Sibusiso Chabalala and his Berry Hill Trading Company, that's where we found goodness. Pick and Pay, always there for you.
So earlier, Michael Willifee showed us exactly with the different types of honey. He also showed us the trick on how to measure honey. If you missed out, I'm going to ask this honey to do it again for us. But right now, before he does that, you are making something really gorgeous. Chili and chicken.
Yeah, honey chili chicken, and then I'm just serving them in a wrap.
Okay, where do we start and what do we need?
Well, we start with the sort of marinade first, and we put garlic.
Add a little bit of garlic.
Yep, chili powder.
Now, this is a great antioxidant dish because you've got everything going in there.
Absolutely.
The chili, the garlic, the honey, perfect to fight off the winter flus and colds.
And then this is smoked paprika. Just smell that lovely smokiness.
I smell that smoky.
Now, you can get this either in sweet or medium or hot. So you can use whichever one you want to enhance the dish, depending on the sort of heat factor that you want. I tend always just to use the sweet one.
I'm also the same. I like the sweet one.
Right, and here we've got our honey.
Just tell us quickly, in case anyone's just tuned in and missed out a bit earlier, how do you measure honey? Because I always get stuck with the honey being stuck on the spoon and I'm trying to scrape it off. You showed us a trick earlier, or told us a few things.
The trick is to slip the spoon into some cooking oil, or to spray it with spray and cook, or hot water. In fact, hot water works as well.
See some tricks on a Monday morning for your cooking.
And then here we've got some lemon juice. It's got a nice little bit of sour going there as well. And I'm going to put some salt and pepper in.
There we go.
Yeah, thank you.
Assist you.
Right, so here we've got now our lovely marinade. And then we're going to take the chicken pieces. We're using chicken legs and chicken thighs.
Mix that all nicely.
Nice and smooth.
And remember to let us know on our Facebook page, Espresso Morning Show SABC3, what savoury dishes do you like to add honey to? What tricks or treats do you do? Or call us 083 913 3728.
And then all you do is you just spread it onto the...
Is that all you do?
Chicken parts, yep. I'm going to show you now. What you're going to do is you're going to get my hands really dirty. You actually want to get it all over the...
Do I need to give you a hand?
No, don't. Please don't. Otherwise, we'll both have to be washing our hands.
Okay, you do it.
So there we are. It's just quite simple just to spread it all around like that so that you've got it completely covered.
Easy.
And then you pop it into the oven.
Okay, so you put it on a roasting tray?
Put it onto a roasting tray. Now you can line the roasting tray with tin foil, and you can put a rack onto it as well if you like. And then you pop it into the oven, and if you'll just take those ones out there.
And on the line, Michael, we've got Portia that does something really interesting with honey. Portia,
nice.
You're live on Espresso. Good morning.
Good morning.
What do you do with honey? That's so interesting.
Oh, I always baste my lamb chops before frying.
Clever, clever, clever.
I've never tried that. How does it
Very
taste?
clever.
It's very designed. Because what I normally do is I will mix my honey with a little bit of spices, lamb spices, garum, and rosemary.
That is something I'm definitely going to try, Portia.
Nice.
Thank you so much for calling in. And a little bit of?
Thank you. A little bit of pepper, mixed peppers.
Oh, very nice. Portia, I think you need to send me a doggy bag or a Tupperware full of your lamb chops. We're keen to try it. Thank you so much for calling in. Let us know what you like to do interesting-wise. And Michael, what are you doing?
I'm just heating up toasting this wrap a little bit.
On the gas stove?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you do that?
Yeah, well, I'm doing it. You can, it works.
I've never tried that before.
It works really well.
Moms and dads, don't let the youngsters try this at home alone.
Absolutely. No. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the whole thing together. And
so this is what our chicken looks like when it comes out.
And then...
Kat, you are going to die. The smells so gorgeous.
And then what we've done here is we've just simply stripped the chicken off the bone. And we're going to pop that down there.
Now this is perfect because you can cook it the night before. The next day you can actually make a wrap for work.
Absolutely.
You can serve it for lunch.
Yep. And then we can just put, if you'd like to just grab some rocket there.
Yes. You're putting us some
put a little bit of the marinade on top, just to bring the sauce.
This is the nice wild rocket from Pick and Pay. There we go. And wrap it up.
And then of course the wrap is nice and soft from having been heated up.
Our keyword today is chicken, C-H-I-C-K-E-N. SMS that to 33728 to get this ingredients list sent to your mobile phone to try this at home for dinner. Look, it's taken us about 5-6 minutes to make this.
Whole thing together.
Very, very easy. And it goes onto...
Some little bit of rocket on just to garnish it, and it goes on to under 100 Rand for 4 people.
Really gorgeous. Now remember to post on our Facebook page, Espresso Morning Show SABC3. What creative uses do you do with honey? What do you add to which savoury dishes? And we're going to take a quick break. Michael, thanks so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
A little later on, Katleho and myself are going to show you our tricks when it comes to honey. Mine's got something to do with skin and nothing to do with eating. So stay with us. It's Espresso on SABC3.
Stay with Espresso and SABC3.